remember coming in the car and being a bit scared and apprehensive about the school, but then when I got here it was actually really welcoming and fun.
I think one of the things that you'll pick up as you go around Rugby School is there is a very strong sense of community, and everybody is very keen to make everybody else part of that.
It's a lot bigger than my prep school.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's so big.
And I thought I was going to get lost.
It's a tight community where we're all friends together. You can speak to the older years, you have friends in and out of house. It's so welcoming, everyone's really nice here, even the teachers. And you expect them to be.
Wednesday morning in chapel we have singing practice where 800 teenagers get up and sing their hearts out. It's quite astonishing. It's absolutely fantastic.
It doesn't
after
take
you've been
long.
here for a week, it feels like you've been here forever.
The fact is, you know, you drop them off at the beginning of the term, and actually even getting them to call you, let alone come out, is quite difficult.
Every day is different. Like the calendar is jam-packed the whole time. There's a fast rhythm to Rugby School.
The school does have a fantastic academic ability. My son's not somebody who I would regard as in the top 10% of academia, but what it has done is brought the very best out of him. And it's done that by inspiring teaching. He's doing classics. I mean, a boy more unlikely to do classics than my son, I can't think of one.
Dip it into a magic liquid, and then I'm going to set fire to it.
Academic is always at the forefront of any school, but particularly here, and I think the history of the school plays a large part in that. It's been crucial to the development of education for the last 150, 200 years.
Infrastructure based on an English model. You know, anybody can teach people by rote, but what you need to do is facilitate these people to go off and to discover things for themselves, because that, for me, you know, when you read a book on your own for the first time, then you come back and you talk about it, that's when it gets really exciting.
The key thing about the education here is the expectation of excellence and the idea that pupils really do strive and teachers work with them to help realise their potential and to be as good as they can be, really.
It's literally a sparkler. That's what a sparkler is. It's just iron powder on a stick.
And it's not just sitting there taking notes, it's a two-way conversation taking place. And so it's the fact that we're on their side and they know that. They don't know it when they arrive perhaps, but they realise very quickly.
We all buy into the idea of providing an all-round education for the pupils, and what that means as staff is we're involved in the academic side, we're involved in the sporting side, we're involved in the pastoral side, and I think that gives us as staff an opportunity to see the girls and boys in lots of different spheres of life, not just in the classroom. And I think in that sense the children see us pulling for them, and that means they pull for us as well.
The big advantage of this school is that the students eat in houses and they are literally talking to an adult every day, somebody they don't know, and so the level of confidence they have by the time they leave here is just phenomenal.
The fact that we're all here in a boarding school means that we want to be here not just wearing my teaching hat, but also wearing my hat which says I'm a tutor, which says I'm a games coach, which says I run a Thursday afternoon activity. We're all working as hard as each other here.
I think schools are more than just about getting good exam results and academic education. It's about preparation for life in the 21st century, and I think it's important that boys and girls do learn to mix and work together. And I think one of the things that you do notice here is they do bring out the best in each other.
I think it's much more relaxed having boys around. Yeah. And you have just as good friends, boys, as you do girls. Yeah. We all get along so well.
Here, the fact that you have equal numbers means that the girls have a very, very strong influence on the life of the school.
I'd say for sports, some of the reason girls tend to go on more trips than the boys do. They're always going somewhere exotic.
I think if you've got a free afternoon as well, you've got the gym to go to, or you can go to the music schools or the design centre or the art department. You've always got something to do.
My chemistry teacher was also my rugby coach. When I came to rugby school, I didn't know how to play rugby or anything. When I caught the ball, he just said, just run for it, just run for it. And so I just ran. from then on, he nurtured me to go on further, and so I ended up being in the A's.
You're not really expected to be moulded in some sort of character. You're allowed to be yourself, and people are more likely to accept you for being yourself.
They do really reward you for kind of all different achievements. It's not just they simply reward you for sport or for academic. They do kind of really take into account of what everyone's done.
Everyone is individual, for sure, and people admire that.
I mean, I think the importance of a school like this, where it's a very busy boarding school, the pupils are here 24/7, the balance of what they do is incredibly important. It's important that they are not, just doing obviously academics, and trying to provide that variety. And I think it's something we do very well here.
We've got all these facilities available. I think we'd be hard pushed to match that anywhere else. To be truthful, because everything's here that you need.
We deliver 550 individual music lessons a week, and in 1 year we would probably put on altogether about 150 different types of musical performances, from the informal concert to the grand spectacular. You've got to come along and listen to one of our concerts and see the kids involved and see the commitment, the energy they put into their performances, and the sheer quality.
I think we're facilitators. It's very difficult to be prescriptive in this area. The bottom line is we're teaching them a visual language, how to communicate in all sorts of different ways visually. You're constantly searching for ideas and putting them down in your sketchbooks and things. And you need to be in the place to do it. So there's a bit of a club feel, really, and the staff are just as much of the club as anybody else.
I think we're looking for people who are going to go out into the wider world and make a difference. I think one of the great things about an education such as the one that you receive at rugby is that you do get a sense that anything is possible.